Good afternoon and welcome to Trojan Vision,
West Brunswick's only TV news show brought to you by Miss McKinley's journalism class. I'm Brian Willis.
and I'm Darcy Evans. Recently, West Brunswick High School was awarded a B School Performance Grade by the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction. Only 24% of the schools in the state and 11% of the schools in the county earned this rating. The score is calculated based on student proficiency and student growth. Way to go, West.
Miss Gerald's bioscience class recently dissected cow eyes. Lily Little has the story.
I'm here today speaking with Miss Gerald from the Human Body Systems class. Can you tell me about the class?
The Human Body Systems class is actually the second class in a series of 4 that are under the guidance of a company called Project Lead the Way. And we are very fortunate here at West to have this class. We're actually the only school in the district that now offers this honors level bioscience course.
Okay, how many students are in your class?
At this time in one of the classes I have 23. The best number is 20, but sometimes it's hard to get it down to 20.
What did the students learn from dissecting the cow eyeball?
One of the first things they learn from the cow eye is the structure of the eye. They learn where the fat is. They learn where the optic nerve is. They can dissect each piece of the eye, and they can individually identify each part from the pupil to the iris to the vitreous humor back to the retina. They even get to see the back of the eye, the tapetum, and then they can of course follow it to the optic nerve.
Why cow eyeballs? Why not pigs or human eyes?
One of the first things you see about the cow eye is its size. It's much larger than the human eye or the pig eye, so that when you're taking it apart, the pieces and parts of the eye are much easier to identify.
Where do you get the cow eyes?
We actually purchase these from a company that provides for us different animal parts like sheep brain and sheep heart and the cow eyes for students to learn by doing hands-on activities.
And last, have you ever had a student faint from this?
Fortunately, no. Most of the students complain about the smell of the formalin that's used to keep it moist, but there's no blood there, so no students have ever fainted.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Madison Collins, and we just dissected cow eyes for the first time. I was surprised about how much kind of gel substance was in the eye. That's the aqueous humor. Kind of reminded me of Jell-O, but that's a little nasty. The pupil was actually surprisingly hard in the eye. It's like a little rock pellet that's in the middle of the eye. And in the back of the eye, there's this little pretty blue and green bit. That's why when you shine a light like in a cow's eyes or something, or in an animal, it comes off like a white, bluish type look. I believe I'm pretty good with the whole gross factor thing, but I could see why a lot of people would be grossed out by the whole procedure of dissecting the cow eye. I mean, it's a gooey thing. There's a lot of stuff you have to trim up. I mean, I have a big mountain of stuff I had to trim off here for the experiment we did. I'm still hungry, honestly, but teenage meals, that might just be me, but I could go for a good burger.
On February 14th, our very own Brian Willis attended the 2015 JROTC Military Ball. Let's take a look.
All right, we are here tonight with Colonel Callisto of the JROTC program at West Brunswick. So, Colonel Callisto, how important is this event to the JROTC program?
Ron, this is one of our 2 signature events every year. Our first semester event is our Veterans Day ceremony we have in November, and our JROTC ball. It's very important because we get all the kids, all the battalion involved in this thing, from the fundraising to the raffle to the planning to the logistics, you name it. We go through etiquette classes. It's a very formal military event. And what's really cool about this is that, one, the kids get a chance to see some of the military etiquette that's in a formal ball, and the freshmen and sophomore get a chance to go to a ball or prom like that they really wouldn't get unless they were a junior or senior. And the venue out here at Sea Trail is just incredible. It's very reasonable for what we spend out here and what we get, and the kids have a really good time.
Later in the evening, I spoke with Senior Aaron Norton, West's Battalion Commander. Included in his remarks, Aaron paid tribute to Tyrus Johnson, a student West recently lost to a tragic car accident. During our conversation, we were able to ask him to speak a little more on Tyrus's impact at West.
Tyrus is a very loved cadet in ROTC. Tyrus was one of the students that could be as outgoing as possible and not be a pencil pusher. He could be able to do his paperwork and be able to get out and be able to work with people and be able to create bonds with people. I feel as if he is here in the spirit, in my heart as well as everybody else in this building, because the bonds that he created and how great he was able to be with every one of us.
Absolutely. We know that he's here watching over the event, and Aaron, we just want to say thank you for your time tonight, and I hope you have a great time.
Thank you.
Also attending the ball was the JROTC leadership team from North Brunswick.
Could we ask you guys to introduce yourself, please?
I'm Cadet Major Deontay Cavender. I'm the S3 over at North Brunswick High School.
And I'm Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Christine Slade, and I'm the battalion commander.
Hey. So what brings you guys out tonight?
Well, every year, the leadership from the different schools decide to invite each other so each of us can kind of get the feel of how each other's ball goes. And so we decided to come and check it out.
Comparatively, how would you say West's ball relates to or is kind of maybe different from your ball?
Well, our ball is completely different. Our secret enough events is a little bit longer, and our ball is more senior-based. We have a huge senior presentation. Our colonels and SAI speak on each of the seniors, and we present awards to them. We have a huge senior slideshow, and unlike West ball, we do not crown a king and queen because our ball is so senior-based.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for this interview, and we hope you have a great time.
All right.
In all, West's military ball turned out to be a tremendous success. Students took away a great deal from the formality of the event and the knowledge imparted by leaders of the program and community members. From eating to socializing to dancing, everyone had an incredible time, and we're greatly looking forward to next year's event. On February 27th through March 1st, 40 DECA students from West traveled to Greensboro to participate in the North Carolina Career Development Conference. This three-day conference hosts thousands of emerging business leaders and provides them with opportunities to network and compete. While at the conference, DECA members attended beneficial workshops, interviewed for scholarships, met students from around the state, and competed in written and role-play competitions. 19 students from West have earned an invitation to the International Career Development Conference, which will be held in Orlando, Florida this April.
Interact Club recently held a talent show to entertain the residents at Autumn Care. Sam Zing has the story.
In the month of March, the West Brunswick Interact Club held a talent show at the Autumn Care in Charlotte that included various acts by its members. The show started off with the playing of the national anthem. Trojan Vision's very own Brian Willis and Grayson Stone entertained the audience by showing off their skills on the guitar. David Kumar dazzled the viewers with his disappearing water trick.
14, 15.
Will Warner debuted his comical style with a few jokes.
Sorry, telling jokes today. That was a great one, wasn't it?
The Interact Club surprised the people of Autumn Care with a dance to the song It's Prime Time. Other acts acts of the talent show included singing, dancing, magic tricks, and masterful clarinet playing.
And today we're gonna read your minds. Read your minds. As far as
In response to inquiries, the president of the Interact Club, Alexis Cohen, stated, "The idea behind the talent show was to bring joy to the elderly people who may have been lonely during the Christmas season and Valentine's Day. We wanted to put a smile on their face and let them know that people care about them."
This Saturday, March 21st, the National Honor Society will host their second annual color run, the 5K Color Craze. All proceeds will benefit NHS scholarships. The run will take place on the WBHS track at 10 a.m. Registrations will begin at 9:30. It's open to the public. Registration starts at $20 for Brunswick County students and $35 for others. Contact Michelle Leonard for more information.
Welcome to the Trojan Vision Sports Report. First, over to Brian for an update on winter sports.
Congratulations to the WBHS wrestling team for their 23-1 record this season. The Trojans were Middle Eastern Conference dual champions and tourney champions. Campbell Oswald was 6th in the state and Nate Gilbert was 5th. Other key wrestlers included Sterling Fullerton, Daniel McCraney, and Michael Nelson. Congratulations also goes out to swimmer Dustin Rupert for placing 15th in the state swimming finals. Dustin is our first swimmer to make it to states. And finally, congratulations to Coach Eric Davis and the men's basketball team for their record-breaking 25-win season.
Spring sports are well underway. Here's a recap as of this Monday. Men's tennis has a record of 1-2 with a win over Topsail. The team is led by first seed Cameron Huffman and second seed Kevin Gore. Women's softball has a record of 3-2. The team is led by co-coaches Joe and Amanda Noble. The men's baseball team started out strong with a 7-0 record. This is a great start to a Coach Spivey's first year as head coach. Lacrosse is a new sport here at West. The current record is 0-1 for both boys and girls. Also this week, the men's golf team won the conference match, defeating Laney by 4 strokes and New Hanover by 30 strokes. Top players were Tucker Vaughn and Landon Patterson. Women's soccer is also off to a strong start. Reporter Ian Nichols has the story.
The Lady Trojans varsity soccer team is off to a great start this season with 4 wins, 0 losses, and 1 draw. The team has beaten North Myrtle Beach twice, North Brunswick, Northside Onslow, while also tying Richlands High School. I had the pleasure of covering the ladies' home game against North Myrtle Beach on Friday, March the 13th. After a hard-fought match, the Lady Trojans came out victorious with the help of 3 goals from sophomore Amberly Fogel and 2 more from junior Taya Davis. 3 of those goals were assisted by freshman Mia Adcock, sophomore Claire McNeil, and junior Heather Newhouse. The match ended with a 5-1 scoreline in favor of West Brunswick. There is no doubt that the Lady Trojans had complete control of this game. Here we have a shot on target by junior defender Abby Cochran that was followed nicely by junior forward Taya Davis. Then, a mistake from a North Myrtle Beach center back allowed Taya Davis to set Mia Adcock up for a shot that soars just high of the goal. Next, we have a few of the goals that West Brunswick scored. including this one from junior forward Taya Davis, who neatly tucked the bouncing through ball played by junior midfielder Heather Newhouse past the goalkeeper. Just minutes into the second half, a miscued North Myrtle Beach goal kick allowed Mia Adcock to dribble and then lay the ball off to Amberly Fogel, who scored her second goal from 25 yards out. Shortly after her second goal, Amberly Fogel capitalized on yet another costly mistake from North Myrtle, completing her hat trick in the process. The Trojans' defense also impressed, as only one goal was scored by the Chiefs all night. The defensive players include Haley Giordano, Monica Olives, Casey Galloway, Madison Simmons, Jana Piggott, Bailey Lewis, Abby Cochran, and goalkeeper Hayden Huffman. In this clip, we see junior defender Jana Piggott make a great tackle. Then, we see senior midfielder Sylvia Craig win the ball and play it off to one of her teammates. I also had a chance to speak with some of the members of the Lady Trojans varsity soccer team after their huge win on Friday night.
So we're here today with Hayden Huffman, a junior goalkeeper for the Lady Trojans varsity soccer team. Hayden, how do you think your team succeeds?
Just by working together. This year we're talking a lot more, and that's always good, and we're playing the ball a lot better.
Do you think that you have a chance at winning the conference title?
Somewhat, yes.
So we're here today with Mr. Quinn, the Lady Trojans varsity soccer team coach. Mr. Quinn, what are your expectations for this season?
Well, we got a good team. We got a strong team. We've got the most girls that play club ball that we've ever had outside of high school. So expectations are pretty high this year.
Okay. Are there any key players to watch? Any big parts of the team?
Oh, yeah. We've got throughout the entire the field, we got Hayden in goalie. She's going to be key to the season. Madison and Simmons and Casey Galloway on the outside defense, seniors. Claire McNeil in the midfield, and Amberly and Tay up top. Amberly even scored a hat trick tonight.
It truly was an exciting game, and now West Brunswick is undefeated going into conference matches. I wish the best of luck to Coach Brian Quinn and the rest of the Lady Trojans with the remainder of their season.
Welcome to our Just for Fun segment. This week we asked West's faculty and staff to tell us something that happened when they were 17.
When I was 17, my best friend and I got her car locked in the gate here at West Brunswick one Friday night after a ball game, and we decided that we could drive around behind the school and drive out to the road by Atlantic Telephone, and nobody bothered to tell us that there was a huge ditch, so we drove straight in the ditch, and the only thing you could see was the tail end of her car.
Okay, when I was 17, I got arrested by Mickey Mouse and his pals, and this came about because our senior trip was to Disney World in Orlando, Florida. Apparently, there are all these tunnels underneath Disney World, and we had found an access to one, just kind of creeping around in the bushes, and so we went in and started wandering around until we got caught, of course, by somebody that worked there, who brought us up to the surface and kind of put us out there, and he had called Pluto, as it turns out, and Pluto came and escorted us away from the door and went looking for our teacher and kind of informed on us.
When I was 17, I was a senior at Forest Hills High School. I was sitting in Miss Williams' biology class, and in walks the foreign exchange student. I fell in love, told myself that's the one I was going to marry. 7 years later, we were married and lived happily ever, ever in Holden Beach.
When I was 17, I might have stalked a guy who I liked. He didn't know I liked him, but I really did like him, and I kind of showed up places where he was.
I was in high school when I was 17, still. I was a senior for most of that time, and that was a time when I had my first serious girlfriend. So we were just talking, socializing a little bit. Next thing you know, we were looking up, and there were all these seagulls flying around, and a seagull takes a poop on my girlfriend's eye, like right below her eye.
So when I was 17, our senior prank was we numbered chickens 1, 2, and 4, but there was only 3 of them. Let them loose in a 3-story building and watch security and administration run around searching for the mysterious 4th chicken, never to be seen again.
When I was 17, I remember I found out I got my scholarship to college. I was all excited, had the car, went and got the girlfriend, Ellen, and just kind of zoomed out of the parking lot happily to go celebrate. Unfortunately, there was a car in front of me that I kind of crashed into the back of, and it ruined that little bit of celebration. But, que sera, sera.
When I was 17, I still have a cousin that's 6 months older than me. He asked if he could borrow my car. I reluctantly said yes, knowing that I shouldn't. Long story short, it did not end well. My car was wrecked, he was in trouble, and we were both grounded for a very long time. So it's funny today, but it was not funny then.
That's all the time we have for today, but you can read more in the latest edition of The West Wind, available next week. If you have comments or suggestions for us at Trojan Vision, stop by and see Miss McKinley in room 186.
Thank you for joining us. See you next time.